Alrighty, hopefully that caught for the thumbnail. Yeah, I just noticed in the last video, or not the last video I made, that'd be the Horse Heresy one. The one I'm talking about where all the new fun stuff, I accidentally wrote Mew. Gosh darn that autocorrect. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the drop pod. Yeah. So, real quick, let's talk about the drop pod in general. So, Space Marine drop pods, mine are drying. I'll bring them on screen in just a minute once they're a little bit more dry. But yeah, sprayed them up real nice. Real quick, drop pods, very simple. They drop from their frigates or carriers or whatever the Space Marines have. Spaceships, yay! They come down, Space Marines hop out, and then get killed by Overwatch fire, which is what's going to happen when you play them with the game. But they're really cool, and they allow for a lot of cool rules. The old Space Marine drop pod we need to mention real quick, because this is the new one. The old one had some issues. Number one, it was not beginner friendly, to say the least. I don't have an old one, but I have handled an old one, and opening and closing door is cool, but they're chintzy. Already, I think this one's right off enough to have on screen. The new one, right, is very robust in the fact that it's very, like, you know, if this were to fall, I want to be crying about it, right? You could probably toss this at a wall and be in pretty decent shape. Maybe not the wall. And that really comes down to the fact that, like, this is the super complex instruction manual. You know, this is pretty much it, right? And then the second page, this one right here, is just like cosmetic stuff. It's mainly just you get some extra rocks, right? I didn't put any on mine because that's just extra painting work, but I did, and these are still drying, so I'm trying not to get my hands covered. I did on this fella right here. That's from some of the basing material from the drop pods. In fact, the drop pods are so easy to construct now that I actually built two. That's how just easy it is. So that's fantastic. They're really easy to build. Now, well, hopefully I don't get too much paint on my hand. These don't move. And on one hand, that does kind of suck, because, like, the design philosophy for a lot of the older models was these were models, whereas the design philosophy now is they're models for, like, a game system, right? And models for a game system and models for the sake of being a model are two very different things. Like, a lot of models used to have, like, interiors and you could open them up and all that stuff. Probably should have brought a Predator tank to show it off, but they were designed to be almost like those, like, old, like, 120 scale model car kits. You know, like, you can open the doors and whatnot. So they're designed to be a model first and then, like, a game piece second, and now the new philosophy is the other way. And as a game piece, this new one's better than the old one. Like, I'm sorry, it is. Like, it's... Too many times was there an argument about whether or not you could play your drop pod with the doors closed, because that would significantly lower the, you know, or do doors count for the vehicle footprint, and then you could use them to move block, and it just... Man, it caused a lot of arguments over a plastic toy, right? Like, just stupid. So the new ones they're more robust. It'd be cool if the doors closed, yeah, but, like, I guarantee you the rules team kicked down the door while the guy was, like, making the, like, diagram for the models. They're like, we swear to God, if you ever make these doors closed, we'll find you and your family. And Buddy's like, dude, I'm just trying to make a model kit here, you know? But, like, it was that bad. Like, people got into legit arguments over the footprint of a drop pod, right? Because the door's closed. It's a cool gimmick, but, like, you don't need it for the game, right? And that's where we lie, is, like, do you want it for the model's sake, or do you want it for the game piece, right? And for the game piece, this is fantastic. For the model, it's alright. It's alright. There's, like, options. I got the Ultramarine front. I wish I could have gotten painted up for the video, but that's Ultramarine symbol. You get a number of these. In fact, you get a lot, and you do get extra Imperial Eagles. You aren't going to be able to see them all in the little baggie. I'm probably just going to give those to some friends or whatever, but, somebody must be doing something good over there. I live pretty close to a sports field, a multi-purpose one, typically like football, but I actually don't know what they're playing over there. I think it's like a race happening or something. Anyways, point being is they seem to be having fun. I'm having fun with my new drop pods. So, a controversial hot take, you're a bunch of babies. Like, I don't care that the doors don't close. Right? Like, and you can still buy the old one. The old one's still there. It's going to be used for Horus Heresy, but, like, it's still there if you want the old chintzy one that was super hard to put together with the, you know. So I get it. People wanted the new one, and they wanted the new one to be able to, like, close the doors, because that's what's the most game-ending thing. Like, people are already arguing, because there's, like, a diagram where, like, this main piece is, like, what counts as the thing, and you can set your guys up on the doors. Totally cool. And now people are trying to argue, well, if this is the main piece, then I should just be able to cut the doors off. And it's just like, dude, like, the model wasn't even out. They dropped the rules, and people are already arguing about the footprint of the damn thing. No, you can't cut the doors off. It's here. Look, this is like my chest. All right, or you know, a better example is this Space Marine. He's on a 40mm base. He's a Kit Bash lieutenant I did. So we'll just, yeah, he's dry to the touch. Place him on here, and as you can see, that's like about the size of the drop pod. It's a significantly smaller than the last one from what I've been able to gather. And it's dry to the touch now, so I can actually like hold it off and show it off. You know, oh no, the bottom's not going to be painted. Oh no, there's less painting. It doesn't close. Like, the interior is mostly well sculpted. I did have a slight tiny issue getting one of this together in here, but like, nobody's gonna notice it. The other one went together a lot better. I just, you're supposed to like put it in one at a time. Read your instructions, folks. Point being is like this thing took like, I cracked both of these out in like 30 minutes, and that was me not even trying. The new drop pod is great, besides my head, right? It's a fairly okay footprint, all things considered. Like, you can, depending on the terrain, like if you play in like nothing but like oops, all buildings, like you aren't going to be able to land this thing, but like in any official Games Workshop tournament, or like, typically most people don't use enough terrain, so landing one of these bad boys isn't going to be a problem, right? And you can set dudes up on it, so it's not actually, like, you can like actually use these now for deep strike, and I don't know if they're going to be like game breaking, but like set up some Stern Guard in these bad boys, set up some Hellblasters, even some of the cool Deathwatch kill teams. You might be able to have some fun with them. The dudes with the better bolt guns than the plasma gun and the flamers, they might be half decent out of the drop pod. Point being is, new drop pod is great. Do you need it? That's the second question. Is, do you need the new drop pod? If you're an Ultramarines guy, you probably want it. Space Wolves and Blood Angels might be able to make some use out of it. Black Templars, probably not. Better off with just like a repulsor or an impulsor, just to ferry your guys up on the board. I don't think you need the Alpha Strike. Dark Angels are kind of hit or miss. If you're running like a lot of Deathwing Knights, no. A lot of Deathwing Knights or Deathwing Terminators, or just like a lot of Terminators in general. But if you have like some units you want to get up the board, because like, okay, like a lot of people were thinking like the Alpha Strike, right? Okay, fair enough. But this is a transport that gets your dudes up the board, right, without getting shot. And I know that kind of sounds stupid, like, yeah, but like all my transports get my guys up the board without getting shot. Do they? Let's say you have an impulsor and you have it hidden, quote unquote, and then, oh no, you misplaced it, and then it gets shot by like 14 las cannons, because that's the current state of this edition. And then it blows up. And then, because all those things have like extra guns, you just mow down like your, I don't know, Stern Guard and your captain in there or whatever, right? And it's like, well, they didn't even get to do anything. Or it could just be like a basic like scoring unit you have in there that's just like, I don't know, like some sort of scouting unit, like Incursors or something. Whereas this guarantees they get down safely. It's a bit of an investment, but like you can use this to like just snipe objectives, right? Your opponent has the home field objective secure and they move off of it, boom, drop a drop pod. Mid-board, you see an opening, boom, drop a drop pod. They're super cheap in game. You get 2 of them in the box, right? Which should be mentioned is you get 2 of these, right? So, like, for value-wise, it's actually not bad, right? And if you only want the one, I guarantee you there's a Space Marine player. If you go, hey, it's halvesy, they'll definitely take one. So, yeah, all things considered, I definitely would recommend the drop pod for those interested in getting deep strike for specific infantry units, Stern Guard, Hellblasters, or even some. I mean, you slap 3 units of Blade Guard vets in there. Statistically, one of them's making that charge. Yay, statistics. But, like, you can actually put some pretty interesting stuff in there. Can't put Gravs, can't put Terminators, can't put Centurions, but Centurions suck. Sorry, Paul. Alright, so that's going to be the wrap-up on this video. Just, let's talk about last video real quick. Until further notice, all my videos are going to be getting recorded out here, just due to the simple fact that, like, my camera just hates my room's lighting. And it's not even my room's lighting, it's just this thing's all shattered to pieces, so the fact that I'm getting this is a miracle. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can rectify that in the near future. Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm hoping I will be able to. I'm also definitely thinking about maybe starting a 5th edition army. If you guys would like to see that, let me know. Alrighty, until next time, this has been Joey from Antic Button Gaming. Take care.